Hello, welcome to my channel, and I'm going to be doing lots of reviews. That's what this channel is going to be dedicated to. So if you have something that you want me to review, then leave a comment, let me know what it is. If it's a video or music or something, leave a link and I will review to it and put a video up. But first of all, today I have just watched my football team play. And I am a Newcastle United fan, and we just beat West Ham 3-2, and that is what I'm going to review to. So let's get started with that right after this intro. Alright, so we just beat West Ham 3-2. And in my opinion, having watched us been playing all season, we didn't deserve anything out of that game. We were all right starting off. The first 15-20 minutes, I thought we were doing well. We were competing. West Ham were getting the better of the game, but we were trying. We were getting through. And we weren't doing too badly, but then they just started taking hold of it. They just started taking hold of the game. They were passing it around, and we were quite poor. But then we managed to knock the ball forwards, and Joe Linton went for to get the ball, and Dawson went right through him. The ball continued on ASM, and he worked his magic, got through in the area. I'm not sure if he did a back heel. But the ball hit the keeper, it hit the defender, and it went in the back of the net. And then Dawson got a red card. And that was in, I think, the 36th minute, which means if it's just the full 90 minutes, then that's just under an hour left to play. Now, as it turned out, we had over 8 minutes at the end of the second half. I can't remember how much we had at the end of the first half. So we were playing an hour with a man up, and honestly, watching the game, it felt like we were the team with a man down. We were absolutely awful at keeping hold of the ball, of passing it around. Now, under Benitez, you know, that was the kind of way we played, but it was always counter-attacking. So we would be defensive, they'd be attacking, and all our players knew exactly where they should be and what jobs they should have, and then they would counter-attack and we'd go up the other end of the field and have a go. But under Bruce, we just literally just sat there. We're not doing anything, we're tackling, we try and build forwards, and then it just breaks down. And it kept happening again and again. But somehow we managed to get forwards and we got the second goal. Despite West Ham's attacking, we managed to get a corner, and we floated it in, and West Ham gifted us another goal. Fabianski dropped the ball right in front of Joe Linton, and fair play to him. He was on his toes, and he was where he should be, and he put it in the back of the net. That's what you expect someone to do. Now with Joe Linton, you might expect him to miss it more than he's going to put it into the back of the net, but he didn't. He got it in. I think that's put him on 3 goals now, so he's tripled his goal tally for the season in the last 2 games. Well played, Joe Linton. So we were coasting, or at least we should have been coasting. We were 2-0 up. We hadn't had the better of the game, but we're 2-0 up. We're a man up, and we just sat back. We did nothing. Honestly, I expected Bruce to bring on Hendrick at half-time just to try and seal a draw. It's the kind of tactician he is. Because he isn't one. He's absolutely rubbish. And the whole second half, we did nothing. We literally did nothing. We just sat back. We let them play the ball around. While they were a man down, we let them just play it around and play it around, and they scored a goal. And they earned that goal. That was a deserved goal. And then we didn't react. We kept letting them go at us. And then they got a penalty. Now, in my opinion, that was a harsh penalty. Kieran Clark is challenging the other player. His arm's here, and the other guy's head goes underneath it. It hits his arm. I thought that was a bit harsh, especially considering last week Sean Longstaff got kicked in the head when he was standing pretty much upright and didn't get a penalty. Yeah, this time they get a penalty because the ball hits Kieran Clark's arm. So that penalty felt unfair, but them scoring the goal didn't feel unfair. I felt it was exactly what they deserved. Because they just all game they'd just been going at us and just being the better team, despite being a man down. Didn't feel like it. They were just much the better team. But then when they scored that goal, we got the ball and we actually started trying, which is what we should have been doing before. We should have been going till we're 3-0 up, and then if you want to try and see out the win, you know, more fans would understand it. But the way we've been all season, 2-0 is not a comfortable position. So yeah, we finally started going for it, and then we score a goal. It's what we're capable of. It's what we all know we're capable of, and that's why it's so frustrating when we do nothing, when we just sit back and we just let the other teams play, because we know if we actually go at people, that's when we're actually good. When we actually have players getting forwards, players getting into the box, then we're good. We can score goals. And it was a thing that Rafa knew. Like, we would be defending, and then when we started breaking, when we counter-attack, we'd have the people moving through from the midfield, we'd have the wingers coming closer, we'd have the attackers getting into the area. But Steve Bruce, you know, he's a lot like when we had Pardew. I seem to recall, like, you'd see highlights on Match of the Day where they'd be analysing how many people are actually getting into the area, and there's like one person out wide trying to cross it to 1 or 2 people in the middle. And you need to get like 4 or 5 people in around that penalty area. And that's what we did when we scored the goal. We had people getting into the area, but it's not the common thing that we do. For us, when we get the ball out wide and we're trying to cross it in, it's usually 1 or 2 people in the middle, and it's not good enough. It has changed since Graham Jones have come in. We have been better at getting people into the middle. And we brought in Joe Willock, and he's really good at running through the middle. And he scored the goal. That's what he did. I've been seeing some rumours online that Joe Willock called out John Joe Shelby for being lazy, and that's why he's got dropped from the first team. But, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. If it's true, then it's ridiculous, because John Joe Shelby is lazy. Pretty simple, that. Not really much more to add. Although, in the first half, Shelby gave away the ball cheaply a couple of times, but to give him credit, he also did do a very important block. The ball was kicked, hit him and went out for a corner, and he was in the right place, so fair play. But he excelled in the Championship because he has more time. In the Premier League, he keeps dropping back into more defensive positions because that's where you have more time on the ball. He wants a lot of time, and when he's further up the pitch, he doesn't have that time. You get closed down faster, and he's just not. He is one of them what you call a luxury player, where if we're controlling the game, he's great to have, but when you're not, he is an absolute liability. He doesn't put in the work. He's not fast enough. He's just not good enough. Alright, so I'm going to start doing my players of the match. I think tonight our best performers, if I was going to pick one from each position, I think in defence, Fernandes was probably our best defender. I always just feel more confident when he's in the team. I feel like overall he's our best defender at the club, possibly with the exception of Lejeune, but he's out in Spain at the minute. Cheers, Bruce. But I think Fernandes is our best defender, and when he's playing, I just feel more confident that we will at least not concede a goal. Although, conceded 2 tonight. But yeah. I thought both of our wing-backs played well. Jacob Murphy, he could... sometimes the decision-making leaves a little to be desired, but he is he doesn't have the trickery of ASM, but he has the direct attitude of ASM, of getting the ball and running with it. And he can take people on, he can get past people, but the thing that lets him down is his decision making at the end, whether to shoot or pass. Sometimes he'll shoot when he should pass, sometimes he passes when he should shoot. He had a good opportunity tonight, and he was very unlucky not to get a goal because it was blocked on the line. But I thought he did really well. I'm really pleased to see him stay in the team in that wing-back position. Matt Ritchie on the other wing, I thought played really well. The thing about Matt Ritchie is, he always gives 110%. He is an absolute battler, and he's shouting at everyone, and he never gives up. If you had a team full of Matt Ritchies, you always have a chance, because they're always going to keep running, they're always going to keep trying to motivate people, and they're always going to keep trying to push people to do better. And I thought he did really well, and he did the assist for Willock's goal as well. So he probably gets my man of the match. In the middle, we had Miggy and Longstaff and Shelby. I think Miggy probably did the most in terms of... Miggy was Miggy, running, closing people down. He'll get to every inch of that field to try and either close people down or try and take people on. He had a run at one point where he just ran a little too far and he could have laid it on to someone else, and that was frustrating. But I think, he's always that player when he's playing. He could make something happen. Not like ASM can make something happen, but if you have him, you've always got a chance of being able to break quickly. You always have a chance that he could have a shot. So, he's one of them nice players to have. Up front, we have ASM, Joe Linton or Wilson. Now, Wilson looked good when he came on, and he had a really good chance. But obviously, ASM is going to take it up front. He was just running circles around people, and it's so good to see it when he's in that mindset. And I feel with ASM it is a mindset. If he's confident and he's running, and he'll take people on, he'll get past people. But if he gets like a few knocks, you can see his head drop occasionally. But tonight he carried on very much like he did in the last game, where he'd get the ball and he'd just run at people. And he was causing a lot of problems, and he created that first goal. He might not have scored the goal, but he made it, and it was his skill that led to it. It wouldn't have happened if he wasn't there. And he was my second best player, but I think today Ritchie takes man of the match for me. From a Newcastle perspective. Yeah. So that is my review of the Newcastle game. Please leave comments on what you thought of this, what you thought of the match. I'll probably do more of these, but like I say, I'm going to be reviewing pretty much anything that takes my fancy. It could be movies, it could be music, it could be things in the news, if I have a particular opinion about them. If there's something that you want me to review, then please let me know. Leave a link if it's something that you can link to. And please subscribe to the channel and like it and share it if you want. And I will see you next time.